Yo, 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 yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Peace and love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. You are tuned into episode 561. Episode 561 episodes in. And today, um, like any other day, grateful, excited, thankful, looking forward to some stuff happening today. Wednesday, Echoes of Incarceration, hanging with my young people, my young filmmakers, and leading them in some meditation and being in the film process with them. Actually, today is the graduation of another cohort, right? A bunch of young folks are going to be getting their certificate from completing this, the art of the interview, right? Where they learn how to interview, they learn how to craft questions, they learn how to, basically how to interview a person from camera setup, lighting setup, audio setup, how to greet someone when they're coming in for an interview, how to make them comfortable, all of that stuff, technical and interpersonal interview skills. So super excited for that. But this morning, man, just I'm here, man. I'm here, and I was kind of, I guess, beating myself up a few minutes ago as I was like, yo, I'm feeling like this, and I was like, damn, Sugar, you in your fucking feelings, and it gets frustrating, right? It gets frustrating as someone who feels, right? Spoke to my mom a little bit this morning. She shared some stuff with me, not so much that she's going through, but yeah, this morning was beautiful morning, heavy morning, all at the same time, right? But grateful nonetheless. As I said, looking forward to the day, looking forward to the show, looking forward to doing some laundry after the show, looking forward to getting a haircut. We're getting a haircut today, we're gonna clean this shit up a little bit, you know what I mean? Get a cut. So looking forward to that. Um, yeah, grateful for yesterday. Yesterday called a meeting at my home with some friends. Some, people dear to me, care about my family, care about my children. Um, so yeah, but this morning I am in a space of feeling. All right, listening to some music that had me crying. All right, and I don't mind. I know my nephew used to be like, "Why you going to the music if it make you cry?" It's like crying is okay, right? Like I know a lot of people don't want to cry. Like I don't want to cry. I can't. It's like I spent so long not crying, and I have so many emotions that I move through daily that I look forward to crying. Right? It's release, it's healing. All right. But yeah. Just I think I am striving to find a better balance between feeling and being and doing. I have a lot of shit to do, and I realize that I'm realizing that they're all equally important. Like doing is important, being is I think being is the most important, and I like to think that we're all individual humans. Thus, we're all in different spaces, right? Like we could be in the same space at the same time, but we're in different spaces in our orbit, right? In our soul's journey, in our elevation, in our ascension, we're all in different spaces. And so, striving not to compare myself to what others are. Like, I'm my journey is my journey, man. And as I'll be 42 in a couple of weeks, actually, right? Like next month, a little more than a month away, about 4 weeks away. Be 42 years old, and I know that things are shifting. I know that I am stronger. I am more resilient. I am more dedicated, more disciplined, and I'm not as disciplined, as dedicated, as focused as I would like to be. Right, and so finding that balance, finding that space between where I'm at and where I want to be, and understanding, understanding that there's a process to get there. Right, there's a process to get there, and so yeah, man, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. Mona Love on the check-in. Say Fool on the check-in. Didn't have much to talk about this morning. I mean, I do got much to talk about. Let me not say that. I wanted to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in that space, right? I'm in the space of not knowing right now. And, it's fluctuating, right? But we are going to pull up these notes. We do got some notes, right? And we're just gonna go through this shit, man. Once again, your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. Episode 561 of SRDaily, Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Wednesday, February 11th. Today is my cousin's birthday. My cousin Corey Wright. Corey Casual Wright. Big inspiration in my transformation and my growth and my development and my elevation and my ascension. Absolutely, it was his words that echoed in my ear when I literally made the change. I was already in my head thinking about it, already feeling different about some things, but it was his voice in my head when I got rid of the rest of my DRUGS and my GUN. It was his voice in my head when I sat in that house of addiction, right? Somebody's house. I was renting, and they were addicted to the stuff that I was hustling. I can't even say. Don't know what to say now because social media be banning me for shit, right? But it was his words that resonated. He said, if you take half this energy that you put in the streets and put into something positive, you will be absolutely amazing, right? He would say that when I was on the corner hustling, and I had a GUN, I had a vest, I had DRUGS on me, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in my pocket, ready for whatever, right? He would walk up and be like, yo, what up, yo? What you doing? Let's go smoke. Let's go have a drink. Let's go play the game. We used to go play Madden and 2K, right? And we would do that for hours, right? Sometimes literally 8, 9, 10 hours. We play the game, and I would be off the streets at that time, right? When I was safe, because in the streets, I was a menace and ready for the worst stuff. So yeah, happy birthday, Corey. Happy birthday, Casual. Sending my bro some love, right? And all of that fly shit. But yeah, let's start with the first segment of the day. Today's first segment is a phrase of the day. Today's phrase is karma is a bitch. That is the phrase of the... Oh, shit. Corey's on. He tuned into the fucking show. Oh, shit. I didn't even know he was tuned into the show, and I gave him a shout out. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think he might have tuned in once before. I don't even know, but that's crazy. I was not looking at the StreamYard to see the Facebook comments. I had it on my notes, and I turned to it, and I see his name, Corey Wright. That shit scared the fuck out of me. Yeah, happy birthday, young fella. Happy motherfucking birthday. I'm going to send you a voice note. I got a new shit that I do for my motherfucking people's birthday. You know what I mean? I love you, man. I love you, King. I appreciate you. Thanks for everything that you've ever done. Thank you for being who you be and how you be. I didn't even know you was there. That's dope. I'm really happy. That just shifted everything for me. It was that shit scared the fuck out of me. It was like it was a ghost. Like, oh shit. But let's start with our first segment of the day. Get these notes done. Get the show done. First segment, phrase of the day. Today's phrase is karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch, right? And that phrase is normally linked to bad energy, right? You put out bad energy, karma is a bitch. But karma is also could be your best friend, right? So the energy you put out comes back to you. When you put energy out, no energy escapes the universe. When you put energy out, that energy comes right back to you. So the reason why I think the phrase karma is a bitch has become so popularized is because we are conditioned to focus on the negative, to focus on the bad, even subconsciously, unintentionally, right? Because yes, what you put out does come back. That also means the good comes back, right? The positive comes back. So what you think of others will be thought of you. We attract not so much what we want, we attract who we are, essentially, right? It's not so much we attract what we want, we attract exactly who we are. So pay attention to your thoughts and the frequency you're vibrating on. It may seem okay in the moment, right? I'm just angry and I'm just fuck that person. And it's nah, that shit gonna come back to you, What you think of others will be thought of you. How you treat others is how others will treat you, right? Directly and indirectly. And so be mindful, pay attention to the frequency that you are vibrating on. If you are vibrating on a frequency of envy, of jealousy, of animosity, of negativity, of hate, of all of the things that are considered quote unquote low vibrational, that's what's going to come back to you. And we see that. We see people like, I have people in my family, you may too, who say they want more. They say they don't want certain things, but they are living in a perpetual loop because of the energy that they're putting out there, right? Which is a result of the energy that they're taking in, what they're listening to, right? What they're watching, right? Both radio, TV, and who they're talking to, what they're seeing in their environment, right? The food that they're eating, all of the shit impacts us. Fucking what they're reading, the books, the newspapers, the magazines that they're reading is input. What you put in eventually will come out, right? So like you can't watch fight videos on social media all day. You can't watch fucking drama shows on TV all day. You can't watch fucking violence all day and then think your life is going to be peaceful. Right? Because like even if quote unquote, because this is the thing, even if it is peaceful around you, your family, in your mind is fucking conflict. In your heart and your spirit is turmoil. Around you in your neighborhood is turmoil. It comes back. We attract not so much what we want, but we manifest who we are. Right? So karma is a bitch and karma could be your best friend. Is up to you. What energy are you putting out there? Right? Let's move right along though to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment is our Needs from the News of the Day, as always, and it is a news flash. Today's news flash is a reminder. You do have power. You as an individual, you have power. You have power. You have more power than you think. You have more power than you think. And this is inspired by, on a train this morning coming from Brooklyn, A train, one of them stops, Canal Street, one of them stops, but bunch of armed guards in the train, right? Regular police officers and the ones in the military uniform, bunch of armed officers in the train station, right? And I was like, yo, damn, I don't want this fucking, like, what impact is that having on children, on young people, who when you teach young people that when you see officers, well, first of all, when you teach them that guns are bad, right? And then like some people teach them that guns are bad. They see cops with guns, they think, oh wait, guns are bad. Why do cops have guns? Then you teach them that, well, cops are there, or cops come when there's danger, right? Someone's hurt or someone's in trouble. And so they're in the train station now, like, what does it do to your nervous system? You think like somebody's always in trouble or somebody's hurt, right? And how do I know? Because my son, like being around my son and him having certain responses to the cops, it was like, whoa, like that's, and there was nothing happening, but he's asking questions like, why are the cops on the block? Why are the sirens flashing? We on the block doing poetry. When you teach them that sirens flashing means that someone is hurt or someone's in trouble. But we chilling right here. Why are they here? I don't know. All right. So anyway, this news flash is inspired by that. Individually, you do have power. Right. So related to what I saw, right, I fully understand that things going on around you and in the world make you feel powerless, make you feel helpless, make you feel like you can't do anything, right? The homelessness, the poverty, the armed guards in the subway, ICE, the housing crisis, fucking food prices, inflation, all of this stuff makes you feel like you can't do anything, makes you feel powerless. But going back to the phrase of the day, your energy output matters. What you think and what you do absolutely matters. All right. Yes, it may not impact every single person. It may not impact many people. It may not even impact nobody around you. Right. But you have to fully understand, and understand that as a human being, as an individual human, as a spirit having a human experience, right? As invisible energy in essence, having a human experience, being bounded and bind to this body on this planet and on this plane at this time, the frequency you vibrate on absolutely impacts the whole. Even if in some distant, far, far away place in a different time, in a different space. Remember that the Past and the future both exist now. The past has led to now, and the future will come from now. The past and the future both exist now. Lean into this knowing. Be, right? How are you being? Right? Be love, be light, be peace, be truth, be freedom, be justice, be compassion, be grace, be harmony, be understanding, be forgiveness, right? Be forgiveness, be loyalty, be kind, right? Be aware, be conscious, be creative, be determined, right? To manifest, to bring forth, to do the work to bring forth the world that you want to live in, the world that you want your children to live in, the world that you want your children's children to live in. Be patient with yourself, right? Be patient with yourself. Be steadfast in your mission. Be committed, be dedicated, be open-minded, be open-hearted, right? Be fierce, be fierce, be rooted, but be flexible. Be rooted, but be flexible. Both exist at the same time. That's okay, right? That's okay. That can happen. That's real life. This is real life shit. As the saying goes, this ain't a movie, dog, right? Because it's not. It's not. So you got power, man. Like, be the change you want to see in the world. You have a lot of power, right? I mentioned it before multiple times. There are people who say, "Yo, I want to see world peace," right? I want world peace. Then, when someone bumps them in the supermarket, they ready to fight, right? When someone says something to their son or to their daughter, they ready to fight, right? Like, I thought you wanted world peace. It starts with you. It starts with you not saying it, but it starts with the frequency that you're vibrating on. So you can say you want world peace, but if you're still vibrating on the frequency of violence, of fight, 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 that's what continues to manifest in the world. I'll never forget when I came to the wisdom, the understanding, the consciousness that of something that Mother Teresa said. She said, "I will not attend an anti-rally war, but I will attend a pro-peace conference." And it was like, right, as I'm reading this, like, well, what's the difference? Then I got it instantly. It was like, oh shit. Thus, my movement changed from when I first came home and I first changed my life. I jumped into the movement with prominent activist Erica Ford from Queens, and it was like, bury the beef, I love my life, stop the violence. But then I realized that putting the energy out there is what's going to come back. So how about, what do we want? We want to live in peace. We want to live in harmony. So I changed my message and I made t-shirts. We made bracelets, right? We made the bling bracelets. We sold a bunch of bracelets. We sold t-shirts. Live in peace. And that was the message. Live in peace. Because that's what we want. Like, because why do we want to, quote unquote, end that V-word violence? Because we want to live in peace. So why not just focus on what you want? Focusing on what you don't want is going to get more of what you don't want. What you focus on and repeat will manifest. Come on, this is neuroscience. This is neuroplasticity. Your brain will always adjust to what you repeat. If you continue to repeat violence, 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 even if you put the word stop in front of it, the universe is not recognizing that. It's giving you exactly what you want. Violence, violence, violence. So if you then repeat peace, 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 love, which is why I love the Islamic greeting, or even if it's not in English, you know what they mean. Assalamu alaikum. May peace be upon you. May peace be with you. That's the greeting upon meeting, and that's a departure. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Right? Wa alaikum assalam. So I greet peace. I remember greeting somebody a while ago. It was like peace. It was like peace. Like what? Like it's a greeting. It was like, oh, peace. Like greet each other. I come to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Right? Like I am a person of peace. I remember the brother was like, Sugar Ray, you might as well just take your shahada and be Muslim. I said, what? Why? He was like, cuz like you, the way you move, you are Muslim. And then as I looked up Muslim, it was like, yeah, by definition of the word, I am a man of peace. I am a person of peace. Right? My thing was, of course, like all the other shit. I was like, I don't want to be a part of that. Right? But I am absolutely a person of peace. And how do I know that it is true? Because people threaten me, have threatened me recently, and I have not reacted violently. Right? I haven't even reacted, period. Fucking for the most of it, right? Like so much shit has happened. And I'm still wanting peace. I'm still understanding. I'm still forgiving. Right? Like I understand. Like I'm way more Malcolm than Martin, but I understand now, just in the last 6-7 months, 4 to 6 months, what the whole turn the other cheek was about. Violence begets violence. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Even if they do know what they do, they don't really know, because they don't understand how that energy is going to come back to their children. And even if they do, maybe they just don't give a fuck. Maybe they just don't give a fuck. And I think there's some people like that, right? But again, treat people how you want to be treated. Treat people how you want to be treated, right? And so that takes us to our tip of the day. Our tip of the day is to not match our third segment, right? Don't match a person's negative, low vibrational energy. You don't got to match that shit. Be true to who you are. Keep your integrity. Remember that one of the most sacred wisdoms in the history of the universe is to treat people how you want to be treated, not how they treat you. Treat people the way you want to be treated, not the way they treat you. There is a saying, how people treat you is their karma. How you respond is yours. Did you hear me? How people treat you is their karma. How you respond is yours. So be mindful. Be mindful of how you are treating people, of how you are talking about people, of how you are thinking about people. Be mindful. And being mindful of how it comes back, not just to you directly, but to your children, to your parents, to your nieces, to your nephews, to your sisters, to your brothers, to your friends, and how it comes back not just now, how it comes back in 50 years, how it comes back in 10 years, how it comes back in other forms, not just you said some fucked up shit to somebody or about somebody, and it didn't just come back as this, because like everything evolves, and so words become things. And so you said some fucked up shit to somebody else, it bounced off of them, because no energy escapes the universe. So it bounced off of there, it reflects back, and now it comes back as cancer. It comes back as diabetes. It comes back as heart disease. It comes back as a fucking car accident. It comes back as a deformation. It comes back as somebody cheating. It comes back as you losing money. It comes back as you not getting the opportunity that you want and need. It comes back as your child being rejected, right? It comes back in so many ways. And so like, life that's going to be in all fucking shape, form, and fashions and capacities. What can you control? You can control the energy that you put out. That's all you can control. All right. You can't control how it comes back. You can't control when it comes back. Just do good. Be kind. Be loving. Right? Be kind, be loving, be gentle, be forgiving, be understanding, be slow to speak, slow to respond, quick to show up, quick to listen, and to pay attention, and to hear what's not being said. I mentioned recently about young people, right? Like, I was talking about a few years ago at a UN event. The guy we were talking about young people and violence. He's like, well, young people in their anger, right? No, young people in violence. Like, well, why are young people so violent? They're because they're angry. Well, why are they so angry? They're angry because they have grief that has never been addressed. They have grief that has never been addressed. Parents split, parents fought, somebody cheated on somebody, a grandmother or grandfather passed away, a cousin was hit by a car, a neighbor's whatever. Is so many different levels of grief. But they have grief that went unchecked, unhealed, unaddressed. We don't even address the grief of children as a society as a whole. We don't even address that. Yeah, you too young to be stressed out. You too young. What? I'm human. If I'm 6 years old, I'm human. I have feelings. And actually, I may be more in touch with my feelings than you as an adult. So at 6 years old, I know when something ain't right. The animal got hit by a car. Our goldfish died. I'm sad. Our goldfish died. Our hamster died. I'm sad. Grief that never goes addressed, that then accumulates, that then becomes anger, that then never gets addressed. There's no space to express it, especially for Black men, right? That then becomes violence. And then we act out on it, right? Now we go to jail. Not true rehabilitation, not to address our mental and emotional fallacies or deficits, right? Because we never developed, but to be punished for our actions. So we got work to do, right? Because we got to help our young people. We got to help our children. We have to create a better world for our children and our children's children, so that they know they have a place to live. Come on, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and for the entire human race, right? But yeah, man, don't match a negative person's energy. People are so quick to match energy, low vibrational energy. Match the love that people have shown you. Match the grace that people have shown you. Listen, I know I know I've been given grace by individual people I know, by fucking cops, right? By fucking the universe, right? I know I've been given grace, and so I do as much as I can, and I express grace as often as I possibly can. That's my life, is to express grace. It's who I am. It's how I am. All right. But let's move right along to our fourth and final segment before we get out of here. Fourth segment is our build of the day, as always. Today's build is, we want to build on this battle between men and women. This battle between men and women. How did we get here? How did we get here? Propaganda and real feelings, right? Men have felt taken advantage of by women. Women have felt used by men. Two things can be true at the same time. Some women have taken advantage of men. Some men have used women. Again, two things can be true at the same time. However, the only way to heal this divide, there is a divide. It's not just on social media. It's very real in real life, and you can see it, you can hear it when you talk to people, men and women. Right, there's a divide. I think the divide is not as big as social media makes it, but it's very real still. I think social media just gives people a platform to just talk about it more without having to confront, right? But it's very real. But we heal this divide, right? It's through honest and transparent dialogue. Dialogue in a way that expresses truth on all sides, and a willingness to understand where the other is coming from. Right? Like, so we talk about baby mothers, baby fathers. There are men who are fathers who are saying the baby mother's bitter, she's this, she's that. There's women who are saying the father's a deadbeat, he's this and he's that. Can both be true? Absolutely. Are there some fathers who literally just left the children? They didn't really want a child, or they said they did and realized it was difficult and left? Absolutely. Are there men who were taking care of the children, right? Their children was with the woman, and as long as the woman was giving them sex, giving them pussy, everything was good. Even if they split, if she was still fucking them, it was still good. The moment she said, "Nah, I'm not fucking you no more, I'm taking my pussy back," he stopped taking care of the child. Has that happened? Absolutely. Does the flip side happen when there's the parents have a child, the man is doing everything, the moment the man say, "You know what, I'm gonna focus on me now, right? I need to get my shit together because like I feel taken advantage of, I feel used," right? The woman says, "Oh well, you can't," or the man doesn't want to be with the woman no more and says, "Yo, I'm leaving." Then the woman says, "All right, well now you're not seeing your child no more." Does that happen? Absolutely. Two things can be true at the same time. The only way to heal this divide is through honest and transparent dialogue. Dialogue in a way that expresses truth on all sides and a willingness to truly understand where the other is coming from. My nephew and I, one of my nephews and I, we don't really debate about it, but we had, I think, one or two debates. A couple of years ago, he'll post when it comes to women, seats on the train, and like just carrying bags. Like, y'all wanted equality, right? It's like they wanted equal pay. They wanted to be treated fairly, right? But like as a man, like on the train this morning, I'm like, yo, it's seats, right? Right, the big seat on the train, A train, F train, could fit, let's say, 6 people. 6 men sitting down, 4 women who are up in age. Now, normally I say something, but I'm also learning because my sister's like, "Are you going to say something to get yourself hurt?" Right? Because everybody's not, and I get that. So find a balance between saying something and not. Most times I do. Most times I'm like, "Yo, brother, can a sister get a seat?" Younger person, older person, black person, white person. Most times a person is like, "Oh shit, yeah." Sometimes they ignore me, right? Or they tell me, "Nah, I'm sitting down, I'm tired." And it's like, okay, that's understandable, right? Like, he's tired, right? Like, so what do you do? I don't know. I just know that we got to heal this divide. I know that there's a real battle between men and women. Please chime in. What do you guys think? How did we get here? How did we get here? And yeah, how do we get here? And how do we heal this divide? Please do chime in. Drop it in the comments. We got another minute left on the show. If you can, please do. I will read the comment. Sefu said the babies will lead. Okay, my brother. Okay. But yeah, man, guys, listen, that's the show for today. That is the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was my boy's birthday. It is my boy's birthday. He tuned into the show. That was epic. That really made my day. My heart is full. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Martin. You were tuned into SR Daily, episode 561. Episode 561. Please do join us right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and, of course, TikTok Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It is warming up here in New York City. It's fucking snowing. Ice is about to melt. I fell this morning. I fell on some ice this morning. Oh, man. Fucking shit. But the shit is melting, man. The shit is fucking melting. It's gonna start melting. Be careful out there. Be aware. Be mindful of where you step. Right? It's that food set communication is key. Absolutely, it is. Also comprehension, because you can communicate, but if motherfucker can't comprehend, then it's like talking to a brick wall. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Mona Love said, "Be great and make it a great one." Absolutely, I love you too. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.